All right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, sir. It is your man, Badger Lord Patrick here. And we are returning to Market Arzur this evening. It is a very tempestuous day in American politics. And frankly, you know what? I'm really happy. I'm happy today. And I realize a lot of people are not gonna be happy about what happened today with the Supreme Court. Truthfully, American jurisprudence does not matter very much to me. So that's not the reason for my happiness. But I am happy that our justices showed great courage in the face of mobs that otherwise would have told them to do the opposite of what their consciences told them to do. You know, people used to make films about people who did that, who stood up to bullies and to threats. I remember a Disney film about, whom was it? Ruby Bridges? One of the young black ladies who went to a white school after the ruling of Brown versus the Board of Education, and this young black gal had to face armies of white Southern protesters telling her to get out because of the color of her skin. But she kept doing it because she had courage to do it. I remember reading a book about Jackie Robinson trying to get into the major leagues in baseball, and that took a lot of courage not to threaten white players who made fun of him or belittled him because he was black. Branch Rickey had to stand up for him too, but he had to tell Jackie to cool it and to not get uppity with people who didn't want him there just because he was black. So it took a lot of courage for these justices to make that ruling in the face of so many people who have such malicious intention against them because of their conscience and because of their jurisprudence. So I admire them. I hope a film is made about them someday. And even if it never is, and I wouldn't be surprised if it never were, well, I think they did the best that they could. Moreover, they returned the question of when a person's life begins and what legal protections it has back to the states. Gonna be fun seeing how that pans out. Oh boy. Today has been crazy for me. I took a shower before I got on because the College World Series is also going on in my part of the world. I think I've mentioned this before. Yeah, Nebraska's going to be a fun place in the coming months. It's been a fun place already. I'm glad I was able to get off a bit early so that I could come on and, I know people don't like... I know people sometimes come to not talk politics and forget about politics, but I want my place to be a safe place to talk about politics, no matter what your lining is. I don't want people attacking each other within the borders of my kingdom. I want the people who come in here to be able to feel free to express opposing points of view, but also to be capable of defending them. And I want us to be able to understand opposing points of view and to make them stronger than they are, even if we have to knock them down later. This is called steel manning in argumentation. In short, I want this to be a place where people can talk about important issues without feeling like anybody who disagrees with them hates them. You should be able to talk about important issues, no matter how emotionally charged, as if they matter, and as if you can say something substantive about them. All that being said, let's dive in here and we'll continue with our little microcosm of the world, Market Arzur, where our restitutionist friend, crap, what was his name again? It's been a week. I don't play these because I want you to get all of the action as it's going on. Yeah, Sigmund, where Sigmund is having to deal with Dion, and I believe it was Andrew. Don't know I fucking remembered them. But you know what? Yeah, no, they're making things work. They're working together on things which they agree on. They're making booze, which is truly a majestic feat. Oh, yes, and, let's see, is this going to be the library? Yes, I think this is going to be the library. Oh, wait, no, that's the library. What is this, then? Oh, right, clothing. Yeah, they make clothing here. That will be most useful. Yes. So even though these people don't see eye to eye, Andra and Dior are right pagans who worship at this little shrine over here. I don't know, it's a tiki man or something. Ooh, what's that? Just little simple designs. Whereas our restitutionist starter, Sigmund, our original colonist in this naked brutality run, is a restitutionist. Essentially some kind of a Christian. Probably a heretic. Yeah, but they've been getting along. I say heretic because he doesn't have sacraments. You know, no bread and wine being used for... Anyway, doesn't matter, though. Because it's a game. It's a game, and we're working out real-world problems using game logic. And one real-world problem is, well, when you disagree about what's important in life, well, what do you come together to do? And for these guys, well, coming together to make a base that works, especially in the face of raiders and in the face of a bad need for a drink, is definitely something that we can care about. And in the face of needing food, oh, and in the face of summer heat, because it is early summer. It is just the first third of summer, and food is not staying very composed on account of the fact that it's freaking warm. On the bright side, cooked food does seem to stick around longer. And we've got plenty of it. So the next priority is to cook as much as we can into food, I suppose. Best thing I can think of doing. What I would really like is an oven, but this can wait for a moment. Why did it reset? Don't reset. Cook. Damn it. Okay. Oh, and of course we're harvesting plenty of things because we're looking to get some good trade goods here. Alright. Further recruitment, however. So, what are we going to do for further recruitment? So Sigmund is the brains of the operation, of course, and he's also the one who's in charge of trade. So he does have some leverage to decide who comes into the colony and who doesn't. He permitted Dior, for starters, not just because he needed somebody, but also because Dior has been not just a useful character, but he has been a friend. They've all been friends and working together. Let me see if I can remember my voices here. So, okay. Andrew's kinda the thick one. He's not exactly bright, but he gets the job done. Sigmund is sort of the old salt, considering he's the wizened one. Wizened actually means wrinkled, so I'd better use a different word. I will just say wizened for the moment. Considering he is wise beyond his years. And then there's Dior. What? Oh yeah, that's right, I picked the evil voice. Yes, I am the evil pagan. Honestly though, we all get on fine. And frankly, this churlish wine is turning out quite nice. Why is he sounding Australian? Sheesh. Okay. Well, you go ahead and brew that wine, but I insist that we begin using it sacramentally. We may not have a priest, but damn it, I need some connection. As long as you let us use it in order to pour out libations, I don't rightly care. Deal. The next person who comes in here must also be a restitutionist. I feel ganged up upon. Surely you understand? Well, we need as many people as we can get. Hey, now we need folks. I mean, sure, we gotta have someone consume all this food, man. Well, we shall see what the good Lord sends us, I suppose. We'll see what the gods have the mind to send us. Oi! The sweet muses tend to play by their own music. Saint Cecilia, patroness of music, send something harmonious our way. Right, like. And of course we got the dog, Davy Croc here. Supposed to be Davy Crockett, an American hero from the from the Wild West. You know, back when the Wild West was actually interesting to people. That was a long time ago. Definitely not in my interest these days, but you know what? Hey. Actually, why am I having them harvest crap that they don't need? They don't... Okay, and someone's getting annoyed. Well, if you're getting annoyed, go do something, will ya? Okay. Andrew's getting... Okay, how can we boost your job satisfaction, bud? Andrew, you're looking a bit rough these days. Eh, I don't get no satisfaction. Can't go out and do something I'd actually like to do. Nobody told you couldn't. Go, you ugly lug. Hey, what? You idiot. Okay. We're gonna set your schedule so that you can sleep, okay? Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Not exactly sure why I set things the way I did, but yeah, okay. I hope he does not... Is it possible to go unconscious just from overexhaustion? I'm not sure, but let's not try to find out. We've all been working very hard today. I say we enjoy our quarters. Yes, the quarters which we painstakingly put together last time. Previously we'd been sleeping down in this room, which used to have a little courtyard over here, and is now our great hall. Literally, that's what this sort of a room is called. At any rate, though, for the moment... Yeah, alright. Everybody go to sleep for a moment. More settlers becoming annoyed? Come on. Come on, what do you mean you're annoyed with the quality of your life? Life's good. It's much improved from last time. You actually have a decent bed. And a decent roof over your head, man. To quote our current sitting president, come on, man. Anyway. Seriously, though, this fort is setting up quite nicely. It looks lovely. And, yep, alright. But seriously, why are we annoyed? Andrew is annoyed because he's got ugly clothes. Ah, yes, that's why we were making the tailoring hut. And, let's see what else. Desperately thirsty, deprived of religious activity. Well, you got no one to blame but yourself for that. You know, gentlemen, I must say, if you're getting annoyed with the fact that you're not able to worship your gods, your wee forest spirits, perhaps you should adopt something I've been doing. What's that, Christianity? No, a prayer schedule. If you pray regularly, you'll feel better. He is actually right, and frankly I should take Sigmund's advice, but unfortunately I don't, because I'm busy on this thing all the time. Fortunately for these two, they actually live in his world, and they can take his advice. You know, Dio, I must say, he does make good sense. We should make some time for this sort of thing, don't you think? Well, I can't say I'll disagree with him. Trust me, if what you value is so important to you, it will make you happier if you regularly spend your time with it. Rather than simply going to it in moments of acute duress, I believe is the phrase. What do you say? I think he means when we just feel like we badly need it. Maybe it'd be best if we do it regularly. And so I've given them a schedule, and they will start following it. See? We can learn from each other. Isn't that cool? A regular prayer rule is what I was taught in the monastery. It's amazing what you can learn from your elders and your betters, of which you are neither. Well, your better I definitely am not. We are equals here. We are all equal in the eyes of God. At least until the day to come. But I am preparing for that. I am not ready. I hope you are ready when the day comes. Oh yeah, we'll be ready. We'll be ready with our axes and our shields, ready to fight forever in the halls of Valhalla. What? That's not how you say it. It's Valhalla. And besides, that's a Norse thing. We're English pagans. Pagans? You mean pagans, right? Anyway. Anyway. Andrew's playing with vegetables. Makes him feel a little better, I guess. How you doing, bud? The dude needs a drink badly. Everybody, except Sigmund, needs a drink badly. I cannot wait for you to finally build that tailoring facility. Our clothes are in tatters. We need better ones. Indeed we do. But there is much to do. There is a fox out. I say we get it. We can turn it into smoked meat. Can't imagine how useful that would be, especially during the summer months. It'll last much longer. I have no idea if these voices are coming through or if they're even interesting. They're just keeping me interested. You know, I must say, smoked meat does get a bit old after a while. I would prefer fresh. But, hey, it does the job. Can't complain. Where am I keeping this fodder or kibble or whatever we're calling it? I don't quite remember where I left it. Food. No. Fodder. We're putting hay there. Where are we keeping the dog's food? I don't know. But I know this. Apparently we've got research available. What can we get? Decorative banners, decorative trophies. What do you gentlemen think? Do you think we need decorations for our great hall? Maybe a nice set of antlers? What do you think? Thank you, we did put weapon racks in there for a reason. Surely we should make some decorative weapons instead. Actually, I'd prefer something else entirely. I just want bloody clothes. Yes, but we can't let that food rot on the vine. Fine. Actually, if I recall correctly, we did change some of the job priority. Yeah, we changed that. Let's fix that up a bit. Who's good enough at construction? Dior, you're probably gonna do fine. And we've got wood and we've got sticks, so I'm gonna have Dior focus on that for the moment. Davy, you sly dog, you. You're as good as any beast could be. I wonder why it is that human beings like dogs so much. I mean, it does seem obvious. They're furry, which makes them very cozy to be around. They're friendly. And they're very useful, at least in some ways. Some are good at hunting. Well, and in this particular game, they're particularly good at hauling as well. But is there not more to it? I mean, why? I mean, what am I trying to say? I guess what I'm trying to say is it's kind of curious that the things that dogs have are things that we need and feel like we should need. Dior's still brewing alcohol. Maybe I should leave things in the field for the moment. Especially since Andrew's actually doing better now. Yeah, let's knock things down a bit and instead have him do cooking? Are any of them any good at cooking? No, not really. Let's try and get Sigmund's cooking up, because if we only have one good cook, that's going to pose a problem. Yeah, we've got other things we need to research, but frankly, we don't have enough settlers to do everything that we want anyway. We are just waiting for that number 4. And frankly, that meat's not gonna stay good forever. So, definitely a good idea to cook it. Although someone would like me to research decorative banners and things like that, I think I'm good without them for the moment. It does occur to me that actually trying to get trophies might be a good idea. I don't know if you can sell them, but if you can, I should like to try. And even if I can't, hey, I can still use them to decorate the place. Am I right? Of course I'm right. Of course it's a good idea! Who do you think you're talking to? Okay, that's a reference nobody will know. And if you do know where that's from, you are still a cool and awesome person, and you're keeping the world from becoming a terrible place. Not a bad place, but a terrible place. You should get yourself at least a lollipop today. If not, some kind of a popsicle, if you need it. Actually, it does occur to me that with all the food that we've got sitting around, just hauling everything itself is going to be kind of useful. So I'm going to have hauling become a top priority, and I'm going to make cooking a top priority as well. Harvesting is going on the back foot for the moment. It's just the right time for cooking, just because we've got so much freaking food. And certainly plenty of use for it. Yeah. That, and we're also focusing on getting flax, so that we can get some nice clothes, because we could use a few of those. Nice. And when are we gonna have this miracle brew up and together? Okay, yeah! First batch is gonna come up in a few days, right in the middle of summer. Everyone's favorite time. Everyone's eating at the moment, but after that, I'm gonna force them all to haul all these currants back so that we don't waste them. Perhaps I shouldn't have... Oh, that's gonna rot in 4 hours. Feck. Perhaps I should have just let it go, but you know me better than that. I can't let anything go. Well, we'll see what happens. We'll just say he got an inspiration to brew some stuff. Get those black currants first, so that we don't waste them. We've wasted enough food. Yeah, but picking too much of it. Why do you keep picking all this? We can't use all this. No, but maybe we can sell it all. I had a good night's rest. Day on, did you? Oh, what you talking about? Those red currants kept me up all night. You know, maybe we do have too much food lying around. Maybe you're right. especially considering half of it's going to rot before the end of the summer anyway. Just doesn't make sense to me. What cute little pieces these all are. I don't rightly know what I'm doing here. But it does look like fun, whatever it is. Oh, ye gods of the forest. Oh, sweet. Forgive me for being tired. We gotta do something with all that meat. We can't just let it... Maybe we need yet another smoker. Maybe I just need to stop killing random shit. That's probably also a good option. All of my smoke houses are made of clay because, well, it's just very difficult to find any other resource. There's some limestone around, but not enough to be useful. Smoked meat galore. Good heavens, you think that we're running a buffet or something? We certainly seem to be. We can hardly eat all of this. The banquets for Christmas time are going to be fantastic. Not to mention the winter harvest, old timer. Did I say winter harvest? Autumn harvest. Not to mention the autumn harvest, old timer. Sowing, all the rest. Oh, excuse me. All other things being equal, though, I have no idea what I said that, actually. I'm not sure exactly what thought I was trying to start there. Perhaps my own need for food is getting to me. But I've been trying to lose weight, personally, because it's not healthy to be... to have some of the constitution that I have. And so therefore, I need to change my eating habits, and one of those is changing when I eat and how much I eat. Well, I'm gonna turn in for the night, lads. What do you mean for the night? It's 12 o'clock in the afternoon. You enjoy the fruits of my labour when they ferment. Good night. Well, what can I say to that? Oh well. I really need a drink. On the bright side, yep, time to do some more. So an excess of food is our current problem, if you want to call it that. It kind of is a problem, I guess, considering the fact that rot is ugly to look at, is a waste of resources, and is not profitable. Luckily, it does appear that we're going to be able to make use of this stuff that we've been making. Let's make lots of meals. Lots of them. Oh, yes, a merchant caravan. My favorite. I think everyone's favorite, man. Who doesn't like getting value? Frankly, it is kind of sad that this game does not allow you to have a currency like silver or gold. At least not to my knowledge. Maybe they're working on that. I don't know. What I do know, however, we can begin making some clothes because our tailoring bench is finally up. Or sewing station. Tailoring bench is a RimWorld concept. Same diff, though. Alright, so let's make some summer clothes, because I'm not sure we have any of those. Winter clothes can be ignored for the moment, though. Alright, got the tailoring bench up. Now, who's gonna make us some new clothes? Well, which of us is best at doing it? Not I. Not me. Alright then. I guess I will. Although, I must admit I do enjoy doing it. None of us is particularly good at it, I guess. So, isn't that one of those restitutionist things you do? Wear funny clothes and weird pointy hats? You know, it really is, and we quite like it. But first, let's see to these traders, shall we? Come on, Sigmund. Go Jeesh. What does it take to get you to trade, man? Come on. Go trade with the guy in the weird hat. Come on. Perfect. Alright. Alright, so we've got animal feed, which is not particularly desirable. It's just good for the dog. What else do you guys have that we might be able to use? Okay, so it's the Heresy of the Rose, I believe it is. Which is... anarchic? That or Oak Brethren. Either way, not terribly pleasant to me, but not bad either. Let's have a look here. So, a bone shield and a buckler. Ooh. Let's see about that bone shield. Most of its hit points, it covers you some. Oh, and it's made of bones. Well, that tells me a lot that I didn't know before. Given all this food we've got, perhaps we had better get something that we can use. A cartography table to get a lay of the land might be nice. Then we could select our trading partners. Perhaps acquire some things that we need. Well, that'll be 343 florins. That's what I'm gonna call it. Florins. For the moment. What shall we give them in response? Well, we've got some simple meals. Why don't we give them some of them? Alright, 15 meals still ain't quite doing it yet. What else can we give them? Well, we've got all these tree trimmings. Maybe they'd like them. What about all this leather? Do we need all it? We should keep some of it behind. After all, we can make clothes out of it. What else can we sell to them? Chronicles? I worked hard on those. I'm not sure I want to give them up. Truthfully, we probably do need those. Especially with the other things we're going to want, such as metal. And we still don't know how to make it yet. We don't have many other things. Perhaps we should give all the meals away. We certainly have enough raw meat to do so. And we're gonna have plenty of smoked meat later. I do save something for us to eat tonight, will ya? Don't worry, we can cook. Fine. Alright, well, where is that other food that I was bogarting earlier? Stew. Despite my best efforts to cook, I still don't quite have enough. Perhaps I should resign myself to less expensive ventures. Unless there's something else I could give away? Not that I want to. But we are swimming in food, so giving food away is not exactly terrible. Well, there is this cabbage lying around, I suppose. That's not gonna be enough. You know that. Perhaps we cannot afford it after all. Perhaps we cannot afford it after all. What about this fermenting fruit juice that we got here? Sure, we don't need all of it. A cartography table could be quite useful after all. Yes, but this will turn into alcohol, which we do badly need. At least you two do. Alright, tell you what, we'll sell some of it, not all of it. That's almost half of it. Are we really trying to get rid of half of our alcohol? We still have 100 of it, and I don't drink, because I don't need to. Alright then, we'll go ahead and get rid of that then. Fine. Fine by me. Very good, you have yourselves a deal. Is there anything else we could get for you? What you think? A bee scab? We need to do some research. See whether it comes with bees or not. The value of the goods I'm offering is just slightly above. I could get something else if I wanted. Not much else, probably, but, What do you think, gentlemen? Could we get something else? Perhaps? Well, it's not like we've got very much going on here. But if there's something cheap that you had in mind... Let's sort everything by price. And go up to 20 florins. Well, we could get an apple pie. What do you think? When we're giving away 9 of them, what sense does that make? No. Let's take some bake then. Oh, they make sense to me. Yes, we shouldn't part with more food than we've got. That hood would be nice. We're not at an abbey anymore. We're not at an abbey anymore. Let's just take some food back so that we can eat tonight. Is that a deal? You got yourself a deal. Excellent. Alright, now that we got all that crap, okay. You. Install you. Yeah. Yeah, don't hold that to a stockpile. Focus on building it. Yes, I like this. It's not quite a war room. More like a war veranda. You have very odd choices in furnishings. And in furniture arrangement, if you ask me. Now let's see, I'm not sure if I just ask them to... Okay, good, yes. If I ask them to construct something they haven't yet researched, they're not going to waste time trying to so do. Alright, let's put this puppy in. Let's see where the heresy of the rose is to be found. And let's see how our influence is doing as well. Well, no regional influence. It's not totally to be unexpected. Oh, we've got cannibals in the region. Holy Jacob. How is it that we got cannibals? How is it we got cannibals? Okay, so the heresy of the rose, well, I never liked the term heresy, but looks like they're only anarchical. Personally, I'd prefer the faithful sons of England, but, yeah, what can you do? We will not be able to send armies to these guys yet. I would love to. The Circle of Avalon are the pagan ones. And the Church of the Third Coming are the restitutionalists who we've yet to make contact with. Withershaw, Ayot, Middlewich, looters. Hey, so that's what the lay of the land looks like. Hardly knew. Ain't it pretty? Look at that huge mountain range over there. How is it there's 2 towns squeezed between each other? It's probably the one place they can exist, considering they eat people. Oh, those lovely little cities. What even is that over there? It looks so dusty. It's not a bad looking map, though. Let's return, though. What even... Okay, yeah. Alright, back to it. There is actually one thing, and yep, I'm gonna... Actually, does Andrew... Nobody enjoys... Wait, no. Dior enjoys cooking, but he's the only one who does so. The fact that meat is rotting away is kind of egging on people, and so they're gonna keep cooking a little more meat, because otherwise it's gonna go. Although maybe I'm being too prejudicious about this, because it's gonna stay through summer, and after that, it's gonna cool down. Fortunately, my prejudice towards cooking has gone by the wayside, and yeah. They're gonna pick up that smoked meat tomorrow, and yeah, all will be hunky-dorky. Except for the fact that it's freaking raining. Lovely. Well, in order to replenish our coffers, our supplies of alcohol, I would like to produce some more. And that means finding more red currants, which are fortunately available in the wild. And there's nothing like the patch that we've got in our basin. There's nothing like that little patch... Crap, where am I again? There was a patch of them somewhere around here. Okay, come over here for a second. Okay, go ahead and pray to your pagan gods. It's fine, whatever. Ah, yes, a rabbit eating little berries and nuts. Excuse me. I'm gonna eat ya. Anyway. Still got plenty of raw meat. We've got some raw red currants. For some reason, smoked meat is considered a raw food, which doesn't make sense to me. I mean, it's basically jerky by now, or something the like. It's pretty tasty in its own right, too. Though, I do understand less efficient than actual meals. I'm still not entirely sure where all of my animal feed went. I put it somewhere, but I don't remember where. Oh well. At least the dog can find it anyway. I hope. If not, there's plenty of meat to be eaten. Something else, though. So somebody was going to do tailoring because our clothing is in shambles at the moment. Who was gonna do that? These rags are not fit for me. Very well, Sigmund. We're gonna have you make new rags. Hopefully better ones. What shall I use this anti-chamber for, I wonder? Perhaps for holding more cloth, I guess. I'm not sure. The carrots are going to go to seed soon, which means they'll be ready to harvest, per my objectives. Forgive me, I'm not exactly sure what I'm trying to do. Well, things are running smoothly for the moment, but it's kind of boring at the moment. In that, well, things are running just too smoothly. There's no dialogue to be going on at the moment. Everybody is busy with doing their work. Not entirely so, I guess.
You know, there is one thing I like about scheduling our leisure, Dior.
Yeah, I know what you mean. We don't have to pray to our gods all the time like that Sigmund guy does. I do.
Yeah, we can pause during the day to play a game, you know, maybe eat something. Maybe once that fermenting juice ferments all the way, we'll be able to drink something nice tea. What do you think?
You know, I'd love to join you lads in that. I'll hear that. And if you ever want to play a game of backgammon against me, well, you'll have to show me how, because I don't really know. How do you do it? Yeah, no, things are going very smoothly at the moment. Things are being built, people are enjoying each other's company. People are working together. Good time is being had by all. And this bedroom is gonna be sweltering hot. Holy crap, no. Okay. Shut that off. Alright. Oh, jeez, you wanna cook yourselves alive? Holy crap. Don't do that. Don't run the heaters at this time of day. Yeesh. For that matter, it's kind of hot in the antechamber. The what? In the great hall, you nincompoop. Ooh, I kind of wondered why it was a bit warm in there. But must we sacrifice light in order to cool it off? It seems that way to me, I'm afraid. Perhaps we should put some windows in it. What do you think? Well, considering two of the sides are our defensive walls, and one of them leads into our stockpile, which is grotesque, and the third of these simply leads into our storehouse, where would we put a window? I don't think we can do it.
Afraid he's got a point. I wouldn't know either, but it is awfully dark in there. Perhaps we should eat in a more open space?
For my part, I think I'm doing all right without. After all, it's just eating we're doing. It's nothing fancy. I think I'm kind of blending Andrew and Sigmund there. Not on purpose, I assure you. How is the making of clothing going, I wonder? Did we do anything? It's getting resources. Resources for what? Not totally sure, but whatever it is we're doing. Okay, who's annoyed? I think it is indeed finally time that we improve the quality of our clothing, since we are just so close. And since this -5 mood buff really is kind of taking a toll on these guys. Hum, 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 ba-doop, ba-doop, ba-doo. Everyone is sleeping except Sigmund, who is busy tailoring. Man, who knew it was gonna take such a long time? Okay, man, sheesh, go to sleep. Ah, our day's work. I think we have accomplished much. Some of the red currants have rotted on the pile, unfortunately, despite my best efforts. Yeah, man, that is unpleasant to look at. And it isn't even real. It's just disgusting. Speaking of which, how long before the meat goes off? It's got about a week. The roasted meat we've got is doing well. How about the cabbage we've got? Cabbage we've got is doing fine. We've got plenty of linen cloth. My gosh, we even have some freaking bread. We are going to eat very well, I think.
Oi, think I should go about harvesting some of these?
Absolutely. Hold on there. We need to make sure it doesn't all rot before we've got it in. Not to mention we still need, more than anything, if you ask me, red currants. Well, if you ask me, I think we are doing all right, gentlemen, don't you? Even without drink, we're doing fine. You know, I must say I am decently content.
Well, I'm not. I need a drink, lads. I am deeply, deeply thirsty.
Well, I'll tell you what. I want to get back to tailoring. I was having some progress. Perhaps I could make some decent clothes for all of us. Andrew, you would be the first to get it. All I ask is that you make some shelves so that I can store my textiles.
That sounds like a fair deal to me, Governor. Your most reverend highness.
Thank you, Andrew. You'll do fine. I know you will.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Smarty Pants. Absolutely the thing I'm looking for in the morning, to be patronised by someone more intelligent than me.
Hey, oh, come now. I'm not trying to be... Come now, I'm not trying to be patronising.
You're 28 and you talk like you're 68. Isn't that a little bit ingenuous? I believe is one of the words you guys would use. Probably disingenuous. Oh, you see it right there. You're already trying to pretend you're smarter than me. Well, don't worry, I'm not. This set of summer clothes is still not very good, but it at least might give you some respite from the heat of the day. Does a job for me anyway. Keep practicing, you old bag. Maybe you do something right soon enough. Otherwise, today has been a quiet day. Let me try again, see if I can make something half decent. Alright. And Andrew just goes away into the, it is kind of funny to me. Let's read a bit about him, because, okay. He has this sort of, you'll notice he has a tonsure. The top of his head is shaved off while the rest is more or less intact. I wonder why that is. Pale, silent, loitered in alcoves. Seldom spoke, often seemed to appear out of nowhere, startling people. Bit creepy, seeming to have more in common with the dead than the living. And uprooted. When the world changed, Andrew despaired. Seeing villagers die was bad. Watching Treharris sheep succumb was catastrophic. Andrew did his best to ease their suffering, slitting their throats at any sign of infection. Without livestock or livelihood, Andrew fled, and a roofer. Andrew felt that his dizzying head for heights was a divine gift, to be used in architectural celebration of our Lord. And him a pagan, no less. Working among the angels on the great spire of Salisbury Cathedral was the pinnacle of his career. Andrew, I have been meaning to ask why you have the tonsure. Oh, you mean why my head's cut up kind of funny? Yeah, I did used to work in ecclesiastical architecture. Yes, didn't you help with the building of Salisbury Cathedral? Why, yes, I did. Says so in my bio. What? What are you talking about? Nothing. So if you could help in the building of such a majestic place, why are you presently a pagan? I don't understand how you could be in the face of the majesty of it all. I need to think about the backstory of this. I am kind of curious, I must say. I need a moment's thought. And of course, there are other things to be doing. Excuse me, that throat crack was not necessary. Well, that is a story. I do declare that's a story. I'll think about it while Sigmund works on tailoring these new clothes. Perhaps it is something like that although he's a good builder, some kind of kind of modern day ecological story or some dumb crap like that. I'm not sure. Something to the effect of, basically, he saw while he was building great human constructions around him, he was missing the trees or something stereotypical or something like that. Nah, that doesn't make sense. Well, maybe it does. If you've never read or played the video game version of The Pillars of the Earth, I highly recommend you check out that book, which is also an adventure game, as well as a TV miniseries. It was written by an atheist, but it is an interesting, well, not exactly a look into the ecclesiastical life of the Middle Ages, but it's a pastiche on it. It's, The Pillars of the Earth it's a fictional tale about a monastery and about its inhabitants, but not just about monks, but also about a cathedral builder named Tom Builder, who has several incidences happen in his life. His young son is born into the world just as his mother goes out of it. He meets a strange tramp on the road, a woman who's very capable of surviving, and they end up coming to this abbey. But before we get to that tale, let us focus on our own. Let us learn something about this guy. Okay. Well, hello there. It looks like he could use some help. Bit of food, maybe? We certainly have food enough. But he does appear to be a pagan like you, gentlemen. I did tell you that I did not want somebody here who was not also a restitutionist. But we can't just leave him starving. Surely he can be of some help to us. At least for the moment. We must keep the balance here. Wait, that's not it. We must keep the balance here. I insist that the next person we take in be a restitutionist. On the other hand, yes, I know what he's about to say. In his religion, it is important that you take in men and you give food to the hungry, because whoever does the least to his brethren or some other gobbledygook, oh, for feck's sakes, alright, fine, we'll take him in, just to make you feel good. Alright, Sigmund, just to make you feel good of feeding a tramp and then kicking him out. That's exactly what you do. Because it's all about your feelings for you. We'll take him in and give him something to eat. We'll at least do that much for it. You know, the more I look at him, the more I like him. Let's read a bit about this guy. Pagan though he is, he should eat a bit. He practiced when he could with the longbow, plowing and reaping duties generally taking precedence. But he was enlisted to fight in France, ending at the siege of Tournai. A string in his bow and a tail at the fireside. After the apocalypse, Godric got a knack for carpentry, fashioning coffins for plague victims, later nailing whole families into their homes to die. Next, Godric built trebuchets in the War of Succession, Fac et aliquid operis, ut semper te diabolus inveniat occupatum. I am not familiar with that Latin, despite being Catholic. Well, after the Second Vatican Council, everybody became a lot less familiar with Latin. But I am neither here nor there. He's a glutton. He doesn't have any other traits of any particular kind. He has a nice hat and some good winter clothes, which is saying quite a bit. Alright, and what skills does our gentleman have out here? He has a lot of traits that we already have. He is a better tailor than anybody else. But aside from that, I can't say that I think very much of his traits, honestly. You know, I must say he is very much like us already. Let us at least give him a bed for the night. Who knows who we'll come across? Maybe it will be fine. At least for the moment. I'll need to think of a voice for Godric if I'm going to keep him, but I still haven't determined that I'm going to do that, and maybe half of it is not just because he's another bloody pagan, and may also because I can't think, or simply don't want to do a voice at the moment, which maybe I should get the frick over, but I don't know. It has been a long week, and I'm just a little tired. Well, sir, looks like we've got some more meat. Should we turn it into a trophy? Oh no, a fox-head trophy might not be bad. Oi, look at that. He's tending to the trees. Thank you for doing that after eating all that. Yes, 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 my friends, I'm more than happy to repay you for all your kindness to me. I do not like this guy. I mean, he is willing to do work. I will give him that, but he is just a bit much, don't you think? Yes, I must say, he's trying to rob my voice. Godric, if you could do us a kind favour of stopping tending trees and instead tending bushes for us. Alright, can oblige. Yeah, we've got to get rid of him, but for the moment. I can do other voices, but a glutton, I just don't know what to do but a jolly dumb fella. And I just can't think of anything else at the moment. Whoa, look at all this wood, though, that's sitting around here. Now, who's good at medicine? Turns out he's already, he's not done convalescing, but he wants to and kind of needs to. Where are his attributes? Okay, they're right here. Okay, so yeah, he took a beating fighting that fox. Get up. I'm not entirely sure that I want to keep having tree farms. We'll say tree farms. They're a bit of work to have to deal with. And I'm simply not interested in adding more work to these guys. But if I get rid of those, am I going to... How much am I going to regret this? Okay, not at all. Alright, this is good to know. That I can remove garden plots for trees, and the trees will still stay there and not just magically disappear, which would be not only unrealistic, but also would ruin all of the efforts that I've made with these, which is not what I wanted to do.
Godric, I will say I am thankful that you are harvesting crops as a payment for the grub that we have given you.
Yes, sir, it's the absolute least I could do. Ah. You were saying?
All right, everybody back to camp. All right, everybody back to camp. Grab whatever weapon you are proficient with, Godric, if you are going to support us. Otherwise, I'm going to leash. Otherwise, you are going to be leashed upon them.
What? But don't throw me to them, please. Okay, that's it. We're gonna compete to see which one of us survives. Which crazy, ridiculous, dumb voice survives between the two of us?
It might be neither of you. I highly recommend you do something else.
Well, that's it. I'm going in. Holy moly, I'm in pain.
You aren't leaving until we tell you to. We need you to stick around in case they get through the door.
Well, shit. Now what?
These forest bandits aren't kidding. Now it's just us. How are we supposed to take care of all this?
We might not.
We might not! I think our days are numbered!
Well, shit. Dior fell off and is unconscious, and the only one left is Sigmund.
Well, I guess we've restored equilibrium anyway.
He said grimly, not having any other idea how to take the events that had just happened.
Oh, no, my dear dog.
Many good men have been lost.
How on God's green earth am I not dead? I wot not how I am not dead. I wot not how we are not all dead. On the bright side, it does appear we've picked up a cow, which is not exactly what I was thinking we'd do. Still, this is tenuous, and this village might not last long, on account of just how badly it's gone. Perhaps I should... And, you know, somebody who actually knows this game will now say, yeah, you should have laid some traps down. Why didn't you lay any bloody traps down? And the sad, sad truth of it is half because I kind of wanted to kill off the Oak Brethren character, both because equilibrium, and also because, well, I just was kind of lazy in the voice, but yeah, that was pretty brutal. That was pretty brutal. You know what else? We may end up losing Sigmund anyway, if Dior doesn't wake up soon, which he might not. Well, nothing else to do at the moment. Everyone is in pain and very unhappy. But after this, we're going to allow all this stuff and, yeah, haul it away. What else can we do? But there is one thing we can do. Two graves for the enemies.
Dior is still not quite conscious, and Sigmund is losing blood quite quickly. Look at him, and his clothes are all soaked in red. I don't know how he did that for me. I am thankful that he did, but how did you do that? How the hell am I still here? Oh, I'm in so much pain. I'll do what I can for you, old chum. Oh. 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 Just a night of more pain, unfortunately. Well, that set us back some. I'm gonna miss Andrew. I liked talking like Warrior from Tugs, but now we must move on to other voices, I suppose. That is gonna make the food situation even... What is the term I'm looking for? It's gonna make it even more likely to just have a bunch of rot. Which is not exactly what I was looking for. Oh well. In a way, better to have too much than not enough. I wonder if we can buy slaves, because if we could do that, we could repopulate the colony. But at the moment, everybody is in deep, deep pain. I will at least do this. I am not going to leave the dead unburied and unappreciated. I may not hallow this ground, for it has been hallowed with the bones of our dead. God forgive me for treating Godric that way. God forgive me. Well, when you sow the wind, you tend to reap the whirlwind, so this has not worked out in either of their favors, and partly, I admit, on account of the selfishness that was breeding. On account of a nasty turn of events, we ended up being underdefended and not making good use of the human resources at our disposal. You could, I guess, if you like, call it bigotry. You know, if you hadn't treated him so badly, maybe he'd still be here. Maybe Andrew would be too. None of this fluff about how there's a loving God who protects all of us and he'll be with him and all that shit. I wasn't going to go that direction. It might be true, but no, I am to blame. I admit it. I shall bury him myself.
doesn't let you off scot-free, you know. No. No, it does not. Well, it's wine time. Man, have I been looking for a drink. Let me get those wounds for you. Thank you. Gonna miss Davy Crockett, too. Yes, yes, I will. He followed me all the way into the wilderness here. He was a good dog. He was good at the Abbey, too. He helped the brothers out. We even had him carry around a little cask of alcohol. Was it for travellers having trouble coming up the mountains? Certainly not. It was to get us through Lent. You can drink alcohol during Lent. A good beer does not break the fast you follow. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. Sounds like some religious nincompoopery. Maybe it is. At very least, we shall give them a good burial. If nothing else. A wooden grave marker may not last for eternity, but it serves as a memorial for those in mourning. I can't keep doing this. I have to get out. Today has been very depressing. Maybe I should not have run away from the monastery as I did. I have done an evil thing, I think. You know, I think you might have. Oh. You son of a bitch. You stupid Christian son of a bitch. Maybe a little hunting will help. Come here, you stupid Legamore. Oh, my lord, I'm in pain. Oh. These two have been through a lot. What we really need is somebody who can shoot a bow. Oh, Lord.
things ever going to get better after this? You know what? Fuck it. I'll do what I feel like doing. This has been absolutely horrifying. I've got fucking needs to fulfill. I'm gonna fucking fulfill them. It's been a shit time. Everybody can go suck it. Sigmund, if you need an help, you can go blow it. All the gods in the world will not stop me from pissing off. Today's been absolutely nasty. And they went unhappily to sleep, with food and clothes rotting outside. I am going to miss Davy Croc, and I'm kinda sad I had / couldn't do anything but let him kinda die. I don't know. I know what's right. I don't know what spirits led us into this, but I've got to think through things on my own terms. Maybe that's as well, for the moment. Fortunately, it does look like Sigmund's wounds are healed. But yeah, this colony has not gone well, and half of it is, I think, because, well, yeah, I let them die. And that was maybe not a wise choice. And that was not a wise choice on my part. No maybe about it. You know what? I'm going to fucking have a drink. Why not? Nice. I don't need a drink. Well, that was absolutely nasty. Is Dior doing any better? Maybe a little. This has been a wholly depressing night, and I don't know. Is that gonna teach me to, say, allow more Oak Brethren and not get so caught up? Actually, I don't think that is the lesson of the night, frankly. I think the lesson of the night is something else entirely.
I think the lesson of the night is have some fucking traps at your base, mate, if you're not gonna have enough people. For fuck's sakes, do something and don't just let that happen. Holy crap. That was a failure on my part. That, in particular, the not having the wherewithal to defend oneself, was a failure on my part. Well, now that everybody's a little better off, it's mostly a matter of just getting back on track. Well, what else can we do at the moment? Perhaps we should continue practicing hunting. That way we can be better suited to the work of defending ourselves. What are you talking about? I'm already a good hunter. You should practice. Maybe. Well, this is kind of not the way I wanted things to turn out. I was hoping to get more people, not fewer. Well, I guess I got what I asked for, though. Balance is restored between the pagan and the Christian. They better not fucking use this as an opportunity to start building a church around here. If we do get a bloody restitutionist. Really does sound Australian. I'm not trying to do that. Old Reynard the Fox is a sly trickster who will steal your hens and worry your sheep. That's a nice bit of flavor text. I don't know what it's a reference to. Nevertheless. I don't know what to do with that dog. I'd like to bury him, but I'm not sure that that's even a thing in this game. I wish you could bury your pets. Let me look it up, see if that's actually possible. Let's look in the almanac for a second. Construction. Miscellaneous. Can you bury Well, that's not obvious or helpful. Systems, decomposition and rot, room types, apparel, fodders. I'm not sure. I simply might not be able to bury it. I might go ahead and send a post. it does kind of feel like you're cannibalizing a pet when it dies. I really don't want to do that to the poor guy. So I'll send a report to the devs, as this is still in progress, and see what they make of it. Maybe that's just something I haven't paid attention to yet. I might taxidermy him. That might be the next best thing to do. I mean, they did it with Rowdy and Scrubs. Which I also don't quite consider dignified to taxidermy a dog you love. But in the context of this game, I just don't know what else to do. Old Davy Croc, you will not be forgotten. I will see to it. I would like to bury you, but something compels me not to. Instead, I shall memorialize you in our great hall. You shall continue to watch over us, old boy, even until the end of the world. Feels like the kind of thing a sick fuck would do, but I honestly don't know what else to do with a pet. So we're gonna do that. Don't we have bones? I'm sure we've got bones. Do we also have a trophy, or... a stuffed dog trophy? Yep. Davy Croc. Well, it's not exactly what I had in mind for doing something with him, but I guess it'll do. Simply because I don't know what else to do. Old boy, you served me faithfully, as well as the men of the monastery. I do not know what we will do without you now. We have truly lost 3 heroes today, not merely 1. You mean 2, you old buffoon? I'm seriously beside myself as to what I'm supposed to do now. But we will carry on. Because there's just not much else to do. Excuse me, I told you to do it. Okay, go. One thing, though. Let's stop all actions that aren't in the immediate area of the fort, because there's much to do. Let's just cancel everything that isn't immediately involved with this. Maybe even the stuff outside. As a matter of fact, yeah, let's not sow anything after all this.
Oh, more and more do I regret leaving these ones go. Life is just too exhausting with just me and Dior alone. Oh, you really had to let your prejudices get in the way of a functioning... Oh dear, I've taken my... Yeah, no, it's like heaven and earth are rebelling against the way this has gone. I wonder if I should start over. I don't want to, though. That just wouldn't be fun. It's just not fun to do that. You gotta take a story as it comes. And our story is... Well, we're doing this, but with no zeal behind it. Simply because our friends died. Well, that's not simple at all, however. Would you want to do something just after someone who you've known for a good season has been killed? That would be traumatic. Of course you wouldn't want to do that. I wonder if you can... I guess you can't name an animal if it's a carcass. I wonder if I can name this thing. I should like to. Oh! He's already named. Pluto. Actually, that's a fitting name. Actually, wait, no. Plato. If you've never seen, well, or if you didn't grow up watching PBS and didn't see The Adventures in the Book of Virtues, you might not get that reference. There is an American bison by the name of Plato in that series. An interesting kids series. Which, as you might guess, is about telling moralistic stories about what kids should do and what examples they should imitate. It's a fine series all around. Much finer than the way this particular playthrough has gone. Well, on that sad note, everyone being buried and even the heavens themselves crying out for vengeance, we'll leave as soon as it skips over to autumn, which is coming up soon. And what a sad and wearying autumn it has been. On the bright side, with autumn becoming what it is, food isn't going to rot away anytime soon, because it's much cooler. Thankfully. At least that won't. Autumn has come. Cooler days are upon us, and the tailoring of clothing and the stocking up on food and supplies will be our next priority. Not that we're lacking in either of those. Well, this took a tragic turn. Clearly, the gods of the game did not look very well upon some of the disinterest with characters who might have been useful. I am not sure how to interpret what happened exactly. But I do know this. It's very difficult to survive if you don't put traps down and if you don't give your villagers weapons, so do make sure you have weapons when you are playing in survival mode in a game such as this. Perhaps it was wrong of me to not want somebody simply because he was competent at
helping the colony survive, but was he competent? Did he really have what it took to survive? I don't think so, because he simply didn't have a weapon. And even if he did he know how to use it? Not apparently. Most unfortunate this way that things have turned out, but we are back to having our first two, Sigmund and Dior, the restitutionist and the pagan. They shall have to continue to work out their differences and see how things go. Who knows? Perhaps we shall get a Christian next time and things will tilt the other way. Maybe Dior will feel a bit of what Sigmund was feeling earlier. How will he respond? We shall see next time in this realm of Market Arzur in the kingdom of the Badger Lord. Stream's ended, but the kingdom is never done. Not until the very last day. Pray for me, and I will pray for you.